Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another bar by bar analysis on my channel. Today is March 16th, 2022. I did not think I was going to make a video today, but I got back from home. I got back from work relatively late. Right now it's 8:45 Central Time, and I wanted to put out a video. I really enjoy these. I enjoy doing these. I enjoy trading a lot. While I wasn't able to trade today, I'm going to go bar by bar. I haven't looked at the chart at all. I'm just going to go off what I see based on the analysis of my bar by bar, and we'll go from there. The other thing I want to mention is because these videos are so long, what I'm going to start doing is the analysis bar by bar videos will start at 8:30 a.m. Um, and I plan on going to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. So 3 hours worth of morning trading. I know that a majority of people get their trades done earlier in the day, so I think it just makes sense to just focus on that, and that way the videos aren't incredibly long and people can sit through them, watch them, fast forward to whatever part you want. Um, and uh, and so I don't want to waste people's time, and I also understand that these videos are long and people don't want to sit through these long videos, which I completely get. But I also know that people enjoy doing them or enjoy watching them and following along with what I see. So anyway, enough of that. I'm I know this video is coming out a little bit late, but I still wanted to get it out, and as I mentioned, I just enjoy making them. So anyway, this is going to be the video for today, and I've already kind of charted. I don't even know if this is correct. I need to kind of think through what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, I don't like that. I drew in my level of resistance and support. It almost looks like what we have. We have like a sort of spike and then channel up. So kind of a two-part move. Okay, I'm not going to focus too much over here. We want prices coming up, making a double top at the off the top of this resistance, and then prices push below EMA. So as it stands, uptrend, wherever that uptrend is, has played out with a break and new high, um, double top, and prices push below EMA. So our context could be looking to go short to the bottom of this trading range, but we will see how prices play out. So the day starts, we have a channel moving down. Channel moving down with a break, looking for a new low. So we had new low first entry, looking for prices to come back up before we take a second entry, and the second entry triggers below this doji bar. Terrible signal bar. We don't like that, but we could potentially look at taking a lower high if one sets up. So this, let's see, second entry short triggered. We do have our lower high, still attempting to find a new low. This is an aggressive trade that some people could take. So we do have this channel in play with a break attempt at a new low. New low first entry short, second entry short over a terrible signal bar. Prices will continue to push up. Aggressive trade, but I kind of like how this bar finished bearish, holding prices holding EMA. So I'm going to go ahead and take that trade. I'm in this trade right now. Prices come up and they would have stopped me out, right? Unless I got out in time. Even if it's a 5.5, 3.75, I would have been in this trade for a little bit. This probably would have been a trade I scratched, to be honest. Um, Yeah, I probably would have scratched that trade if I stayed in a little bit too long. So I would have personally entered that trade. Again, it is a little bit of aggressive because it's a lower high, but looking for that new low, looking for prices to come back to the bottom of this trading range for the overnight highs and lows. And prices are holding EMA, so I would have entered that. I would be in this, and then I would probably look at scratching the trade if I was in for more than 2-3 bars because it was aggressive trade. EMA is starting to flatten out. Um, and so that's probably what I would have done. As we continue on here, prices are finding a level of support, it looks like, just below the EMA before pushing up again. So we were anticipating prices to push down to the overnight lows, and they're not. Prices are pushing above the EMA. And what we actually start to see here is potential congestion with overlapping bars. And when I started seeing these overlapping bars, that's when I would have been like, no, we were looking to push lower. I'm just going to scratch this trade. And I would have broken even or it maybe even lost by one tick, but I wouldn't have stayed in that long when I saw when I see the EMA starting to flatten out. So as prices kind of push above, we want to see how are prices going to react above EMA. And prices seem to be pushing strongly. Go ahead and draw in a bit of a channel here. Want prices holding as neatly as possible with a slight break and new high. Breaking above the overnight highs. I want prices to pull back and confirm EMA before we start looking to go long. As we continue to press higher, we extend our range. Prices holding neatly with a break and new highs, so uptrend played out. Finding a little bit of congestion here with overlapping bars. Still not close to the EMA, so that's a pretty strong push up. Extend this even more. I wonder if anyone started seeing something like this. Slight steep uptrend and then kind of a channel working up before possibly reversing. Prices come back down to the EMA, testing EMA with a new high. First entry long, second entry long below EMA. I'd be looking to take a failure. So prices coming up. Not really a bar I want to enter on. So I was kind of hoping that second entry would trigger, which it did. Prices would come up, and then we get a nice bearish bar to go south. Sorry, to go down. But I'm not a big fan of this signal bar. It was a close below EMA, but this stem is showing we could potentially still push higher. So I see this as a new low, first entry short. First entry short, second entry short would have triggered there. Just not a fan. Or where Oh, it's a double bottom reset. Okay, so I forgot. So prices came back down, made a double bottom, so count resets. First entry short, second entry short. I also see a bit of a possible range forming at the highs. I would anticipate we want to test the lows. Um, so I would see this a little bit as an aggressive trade because EMA is starting to flatten out just a little bit. But even if I draw in this trading range here, we still have room to the lows here. We have first entry, second entry. I would have been in that trade and I would have gotten that scalp. Again, a little bit aggressive, but considering the context, we're at the overall overnight highs for the day. We're going to test this area a little bit. So I'm not surprised that trade worked out. Prices continue to fall before potentially seeing a failed breakout. But once prices push relatively low, we have a first swing there, and that's kind of where I'm drawing my channel off of. A little bit of a loss of momentum. Prices break, make a new low by a few ticks before reversing back up to the EMA. Strong push above EMA, so we know downtrend played out. Looking for prices to hold above EMA. And why do I say that? Because we're at the overnight highs. We're looking for prices to push down, and they're not. It's already, what time is it? We've been trading in the market for about 45 minutes now. Prices are holding up top here. So there comes a time where we have to stop trying to look for shorts to go long. If this area is being respected, then we have to look to go long. So prices push above EMA. We have a new low here. I don't think there's a first entry. There's a first entry short. And looking for a second entry short. But we're not looking to go short against a trend. If we're continuing to move up, we're not taking this second entry short, even though this technically is new low, first entry short, second entry short. Doesn't even trigger. Prices continue to push up, and as prices push up, we draw in our channel, right? Off the first swing, prices holding neatly. A little bar. People would have been sucked into that trade and they would have gone stopped out because people are trying to pick a top. We don't want that. We're looking for longs off key entry point, EMA, our channel. That's what we're looking for. So prices continue to push up. We extend, big bearish push, possible correction, new high, first entry long, prices come back down. Some people might draw in, right? You got kind of got a short-term trend moving down with a break, looking for that new low. Ooh, that's technically a new low by one tick. It's a little far from EMA, right? But we do have channel moving up. Prices have been moving up. Let me extend this a little bit here. Prices have been moving up. We have a break of short-term trend with a new low, looking for a new high of this channel here. It's aggressive. I personally would want to either wait for the body of the candle to come closer to the EMA, or I'm going to let this play out and look for a higher low. That's what I'm going to look for. That's my game plan. So that's an aggressive one that some people might enter on. And boom, people enter. Let's see, get the ruler out. If people entered on the tick here at 4.50, that's 2.5 points that people could have scalped out on. So 10 point move right there for people that go for 10 points. Next bar, prices come back down. And there's a higher low here. So first entry, second entry long, right? It gets the scalp for some people. That is a higher low, but you have to recognize what prices are doing, right? You got to be able to see this. Prices are starting to be a little bit congestive. So I'm not looking to go long here, even though that was the higher low I was talking about. We continue on. Some people would have been sucked into that. I hope prices don't reverse, because if they do, then people would have lost money there. Um, let's see, another higher low with prices holding, but I can't ignore this congestion. I'm not trying to go long into this congestion. Even though we're still looking for this overall new high, I'm not looking to make any trades yet. I would want to see prices break up and then give me a higher low, something a little bit better. And their prices would have reversed and stopped people trying to go long here on this initial bullish bar. People would have saw this and saw, oh, prices are holding above EMA. I'm going to go long there. They enter. A few bars later, ticks and they would have gotten stopped out. So that's why I'm saying you got to pay attention to these overlapping bars. But I digress. We continue on. And as we get more data, as we get more price action, we want to extend the range slightly and see what prices are doing. So prices push below, and now they're holding below EMA. So we potentially are not going to get our new high. Now that prices are holding below EMA, that's telling us we could be looking at a bearish move, probably to test these overnight highs. But I could stand corrected. Let's see what we got here. So I didn't want to fast forward too quickly. We have a new high. First entry long, second entry long triggers. Some people are going to trade this failure. Some people are going to see prices move up and then finish bearish. People are going to enter either with a one tick retracement or stop. Next bar forms. People are in this trade. People are still in this trade. Ooh, let's see here. People are still in this trade, but most likely it's going to stop people out, and it does stop people out. So that's an unfortunate one. But the other thing people have to see here is while we had a bit of congestion up here above this EMA, we also have congestion below this EMA. So aggressive trade, we don't want to be taking these aggressive trades because some aggressive trades that we take will win and other aggressive trades we take will lose. So we have to be very careful and cognizant of what the market is telling us. That's an unfortunate loss for people that took that, but I could see why you did. As we get more price action here, we extend this range, we make it a little bit bigger, and we see we have a two-tier trading range. If you even call it that, it really is two tiers of congestion. We got congested bars overlapping up top here, prices hold below EMA, overlapping bars. When you see it like this is not a good trade to take, right? Even I wouldn't even consider that aggressive because when I actually draw that in, that's not a good trade to take. But I could see why people would take it. As prices continue on, prices push back up, failed breakout. They push above this trading range that we initially had drawn in. Prices reverse back down. Still not looking to take any trades. New low, first entry short, and prices, it's a hidden second entry short below this bar, but not interested in taking anything like that. We want to see what prices are going to do. Okay, failed breakout to the low side. New low, very big bearish bar, still not looking to take any trades. Now, as prices are kind of pushing, they're failing to the downside here. Where are those prices going to go? Most likely they're going to go back to test these overnight highs, right? That's what we're taking into consideration. The other thing that we can't neglect, right? We've got short-term trends at play. So we have a break of this short-term trend, new low, first entry long, second entry long. Some people will trade that failed breakout. I don't like it. I don't like taking those. Some people would be in that trade and make it. I'm just not a fan. As we continue to make new lows, right? So we thought prices were going to reverse and come back up. They came up for a second, but then they continue to go down. What does that tell us? That there's a bigger pattern at play. And where is it? We just have to start drawing in ideas. It doesn't mean that this channel is confirmed, but we have to consider all of our options with the given data that we have. All right, prices come back up. I'd be interested in taking a second entry short off this EMA. Now that I have this channel in place, we've moved far enough below where, it's not really, prices aren't going to push back to this trading range and test it right away. We're going to let prices play out a little bit. So new low, first entry short, prices push up, second entry short off EMA. Let's see what we got here. We have a short-term trend moving up, right, off these bars before breaking and making a new high. First entry short, second entry short. That's not really an aggressive trade. That's a trade that you kind of got to take. Based on the context, we have room to the lows. Most likely, we're coming back down to test this overnight high region. EMA, this 20 bar EMA, 21 EMA is pulling back also to this 200 EMA. So while we're in an uptrend, prices need to correct a little bit. People are in this trade and it gets stopped out. That's a shame. I really wish that worked out. I would have taken that trade though, and I would have lost that trade unfortunately. I wonder what I was missing there. But it is what it is. That's just part of the gig, and prices pull back down. So while I lost this one, you could potentially re-enter on this bar, right? Because maybe the short-term trend was incorrect. Maybe the short-term trend was something like this, right? Price is holding with a break, clear new high off 1, 2, 3. You're confirming this downtrend. I would re-enter on this bar. I would re-enter there. Prices tick. Oh, I hope prices don't reverse, and they don't. You end up scalping out. Let's see how many. If you enter on the tick here, you move down at least 2 points. So, personally, with my strategy, I go for 1.5 points. I go for 6 ticks. I would have been out there. I know that some people go for two, or I'm sorry, for 8 ticks or 2 points. You might have barely scraped by. If you entered a 1 tick retracement, you would have gotten out for sure. Um, but that's what I saw in that move. Prices continue to hold below EMA, strong push down, and immediately push back up. You have uh, this new high, first entry long, second entry long with a big signal bar trying to go long. I'm hesitant to go long a little bit too early. We still had this channel pushing down, and as we get more data, we have to adjust. Got to adjust our prices. Prices push up above EMA, and we could be looking for a new low. We could be again coming back to retest these overnight highs. Cannot forget about it. Prices come down and not making a new low just yet, but this could have been our attempt. We had a break attempt to make the new low, but we missed it because we had to dip below this bar right here, and we didn't. But it was relatively close. Now, what I can see here is as we get more data, again, not looking to take any trades, not looking to go long or short. I want to see prices play out, but I do see somewhat of a range forming. EMA is flattening out. Prices are below, above, below, above. Now, where do you put this trading range, right? We want to try and incorporate the bottoms as much as possible. It's okay to have some failed breakouts to the low side, high side, but we want to try and find that range. New low, first entry short, second entry short, potentially a failure, right? Because we could continue to be moving up. It's still too early, not looking to take any trades. So with this green bar, Yeah, still not looking to take any trades. So you have a new low, first entry short, second entry short, failure, but you can't trade that. It's too early to trade. Some people would be in this trade, and then you got this doji bar. It's pushing down. Some people are still in this trade, still in this trade, and boom, you get stopped out. That's why it's just not appeal. Not it doesn't interest me. Um, we still have we need more data before we start making any trades. What we can do is some people might extend this up a little bit, and what you'll see is the EMA is holding with the midsection of this trading range that we have. Below, prices move up, down, up, down, up, down, up and down below this trading range. New high, first entry long, looking for a second entry long, which is here, but you'd be going long in the middle of a trading range after this little move that you have here. Some people might see something like this, potentially something like that. I don't really like doing that. I think when we're in these trading ranges, I like using shorter, shorter lines. Prices push up and down. So now people are chopping along. By this time, it's 10:24, so I'm gonna go for another hour worth of trading and see what we get. We have a new low, first entry short, second entry short, again in the middle of a trading range, too aggressive, not taking it. Some people are in that trade. It would have scalped out, but it's not, just not worth it. And we're really trading along here. New high, first entry long, second entry long. I need a good bearish bar. Nah, these stems are showing bullish momentum. We could still push up. Not looking to trade anything, but with more data, right? We extend the range. Extend the range to it so we get touches as the day goes on. New low, first entry short, pushing above EMA. Again, not looking to go short below. It's too aggressive. Failure, but I'm not looking to go long at the highs of this little range that we have. So still sitting on my hands, unfortunately. Some people might see, hey, we're getting higher lows. You gotta find a way to. Nope, that doesn't work. But you can see higher low, higher low. People get sucked into that trade. They get scared of almost getting stopped out. It reverses, come back up. Um, and maybe you can kind of see something there, right? You kind of gotta move your eyes a little bit, unless I'm drawing it wrong. Maybe it's off this. Price is trying to hold neatly. It's a little short-term channel up there. New high, first entry long, second entry long. What do we have? We do have a little bit of bullish momentum, but I still think it's too early, right? EMA is trading in the middle of this range, slowly pushes up, new high, first entry long, second entry long. I could see some people taking this trade. And to be honest, after you've been sitting on your hands for this long, some people might get antsy and take this trade. It's aggressive. I don't think I would take it. I don't think I could justify it, but some people are going to be in this trade. So they get in this trade, prices come back down, and some people get stopped out. Now, how much room do you have really? If you entered on that tick, that's 1.75. So 7 ticks. Again, I would have been out on that with 6 ticks, but those going for 2 points, you wouldn't have gotten that scalp. I definitely think if you're going for higher ticks, if you're going for higher scalps, you have to be even more selective with your trades, because if you're going with if you're going for 6 ticks, you're going to get away with a little bit more. If you're going for 4 ticks, just 1 point, you're definitely going to be able to get away with a lot. Um, the only issue is if you lose a trade, right? You're only going for 1 tick, but you lose a trade, well, your stop is going to be going 2, 3 points down. So that means one loss, you're going to have to make that up with 3 to 4 wins, and that's why you have to find a good balance of your price target versus how much you're willing to risk. All right, let's continue to go on here. First entry long, second entry long, failure. I'd consider a lower high here. There's a lower high, but I don't like the bullish bar. I do kind of like this. I'm not going to lie. Why? This is kind of what I'm thinking. New high, first entry long, second entry long that fails here at the top of the trading range. Prices push below EMA, come back up. Try pushing up once, right? Then this next bar forms. Prices try pushing up. again, and they come back down and close right below EMA, aggressive trade. But if I saw this in real time, I'd probably take this lower high, this high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And I would have scalped out 6 points at the very least. Prices push. And the other thing I was thinking is we have room to the lows here, right? This is where I'm anticipating prices are going to go. And that's what ends up happening. Prices come back down, find this level that we initially drew all the way over here, and prices push back up again in a very big, wow, 30 ticks. It's a big bar. And where are prices going? Again, what did I mention earlier? Prices are going to come back to this overnight high level that we were looking for. And actually, I've already gone too far. At this time, it's 11:34. So at this time, I'm going to stop the analysis just because I don't want the video being too long. It's already 25 minutes. I think we covered a lot of good trades, right? As prices continue to move, right? Look exactly what happens. Prices hold below EMA, come to test this higher area one more time before pushing all the way to the overnight lows. Doesn't quite reach it. Prices get a strong rally up above EMA and they continue to trade along. And that's exactly how the day finishes. So wow, I really enjoyed making this video. I felt comfortable and confident with the trades that I mentioned. Again, I think that's what I'm going to do from now on is market will open at 8:30. I'll give an analysis to about 11:30 and then call it. Because if I kept analyzing like this video would be even longer. And I'm already talking fast. I'm already spewing out a bunch of my thoughts and stuff. So I'm already talking as fast as I can without affecting the level of education that I'm trying to get out, right? I don't want to skip over analysis, but at the same time, I value your time. So if you appreciate the work that I put into these videos, if you like this video, please give me a like, please subscribe, please comment on my channel, let me know what you think. Please share this video with a friend if you found if you found this analysis very helpful. Please share it because it helps me become a better trader, and I know it helps a lot of you become better traders as well. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for is to get better. Um, but I appreciate everyone watching the video. Tomorrow I work as well. I most likely will put out a video because I just literally I love doing this. It's just so much fun. Um, and I have a passion for it. So you can possibly anticipate a later video, kind of as late as I'm putting out this video tonight. But until then, thank you for watching and good luck trading tomorrow.